How's it going, bro? So I see a lot of videos on YouTube, and a lot of people are generally saying that self-development is destroying their life. And I think you'd agree with me, that's a very contradictory statement. And it plain doesn't make sense to me. But after giving it some thought, I think there's two kinds of people who would say these things. The first one is someone who genuinely has tried and it hasn't worked out for them and they've gone down a bad path as opposed to a good one. But I think the other portion of people are lying. They're typically YouTubers. I'll dive into that later. It's a very short rant about that. So going to the one who genuinely does think self-development is ruining their life, and maybe you're watching this video thinking that. I think it might be because you're trying to do too much too soon. You're watching all these videos saying you must do X, Y, and Z. And there's a good chance the advice is good. The advice I give other YouTubers, it's typically because we've tried it ourselves and we've seen improvements from it. So 100% I would say the advice is good, or at least worth trying out for yourself. It might be good for someone else but not good for you. So 100% do give it a shot. But I think what happens to a lot of people, I think I went through a phase where I had this as well, where you're trying to do too much too soon. This probably would have overwhelmed you, and you got into a state where you felt like you aren't accomplishing these self-development goals. Think about it, was that thoughts you had? There's a good chance that you felt that it was destroying your life because you're trying to do too much. So what I urge you to do is phase it in. Literally, spend 1 week on a particular goal. So say week 1 you're learning or getting into the rhythm of going to the gym. Cool. End of week 1 you've figured that out. You somewhat, not you wouldn't be yet, but you somewhat consistent in going to the gym. Week 2, then you start meditating. Cool. Week 3, then you start, I don't know, gratitude journaling or journaling in general. But if you try doing all of that in week 1, your body wouldn't, and even your mind for that matter, wouldn't be used to tackling and juggling all of these things. You need to phase it out. So I think that's, if you think self-development's ruining your life, I highly doubt it is. There might be, you got some bad advice or generally advice that didn't work for you. But I think the more likely one is you trying to take on too much too soon. Phase it out. You might be sitting there now thinking that you want to phase it all in at once to get the most benefits. It doesn't quite work that way. Phasing it out slowly is going to give you much more benefits in the long run than trying to do it all at once. Trust me on that. Now the second group, and all I can say is be careful of this group. It's a very small niche of YouTubers where I see that they make these videos saying how self-development ruined their life, and they might be thinking this genuinely, but I think it's a matter of trying to eliminate their competition. Simple as that. Not going to dive into that too much more, but that's at least the way I see it. I'll see you in the next one, bro.